welcome everyone. I'm really happy to host or mostly moderate today's webinar because it's a subject webinar. And as you know, during subject webinars, our guest speakers are the most important people during the webinar. So yeah, today my job is to voice your questions that I have received already and the ones that will be in the Q&A section, which you probably know. If not, and you are here for the first time, welcome again. And I will have a short introduction of myself, some very basic Zoom rules, as well as about MyGermanUniversity, and then the floor is for the special topic that we'll be talking today. All right, so my name is Nino. I was an international student in Germany. Right now I'm based in Bremen, Germany, and I'm working here. So I'm very passionate about sharing my way to studying and then working in Germany. You're very welcome to ask some general questions, but my advice will be to concentrate on today's topic because here we have people who are profis in this, and you will get like best possible answer. And you don't want to lose this chance because it's really nice when you have like first-hand answers on your questions. Let me share my screen and remind you, but you probably already know today's topic, which is Freie Universität Berlin's International Summer and Winter University, and we will be talking about short courses. Here is our guest speaker. Thank you again for your time and also effort to participate in the webinar. It's Sophia Schmieder, and we will be talking about several short courses, so she will elaborate on it better than I do. Just a small introduction about MyGermanUniversity. It's a Hamburg-based startup which has Germany's largest database of English taught study programs. And this is a study finder, which you can see on a slide in my background. And this is one thing with which we help international students a lot. Because when I was applying, there was no study finder. I had to go individually to a university page and then see if they have English study programs. But this study finder really helps. And as you may see, we have also short courses and language courses, not only degree programs. And today is the case when we will be talking about short and language courses. In the database, there are more than 2,300 study programs, and the number is increasing as soon as a university adds more study programs in at their faculty or the university as a whole. Another way how we help international students is writing articles. And for me, these articles are really valuable because it's not only the collection of information that you can also maybe find yourself in internet piece by piece, but this is also something that we write as an international students ourselves. What the challenges were there, how we could solve it, maybe we also have external links which could be really useful for you. So I really always advise to take a look at the articles because they are written from our hearts. Another very interesting thing that we offer, and you are part of it today, is our interactive part, which is called webinars. And today is subject webinar, but we also, for example, tomorrow we have visa webinar. Yesterday we had studying in Germany webinar. So usually around 150 webinars per year. And this is a place where you can ask your questions. About asking your questions, in a Zoom, you can find Q&A bubble with, I think, speech bubbles they are called, and there you can click on it and post your questions during the whole webinar. I will be monitoring them. We also have Miss Anna Hepner, who will be answering your questions in Q&A, so please ask them there, and also we will voice them also at the end when we have this interactive part of a Q&A. Even though you cannot use the chat, please again monitor the chat or copy the links that we will be sharing there, because there will be some direct links, maybe some links to articles, also links to a program, short course, and so on. So these links are really important. Probably you can even bookmark them so that if you would like to go back to them later, it's also possible. About ourselves, yeah, even though we are based in Hamburg, it's really international team, and this has lots of benefits. First, we have all different experiences. For example, the ones who are coming from US have different experience of visa. For example, me as a Georgian, I also had absolutely different experience of visa or applying to a university or study program or something else, a language course. And another benefit is that we speak multiple languages, which means that we can also help you in multiple languages when you email us or when you send us inbox in Facebook or Instagram. We are happy to answer you in a language, of course, that we speak and also which is more comfortable for you. With this, I will once again show a slide with our very special guest, and yeah, show you where in the map where you will be going for the summer or winter intake, depends which one you choose. And yeah, with this, I will stop sharing this part of the screen, and the floor is to Ms. Schmieder.
Thank you very much, Nino, and welcome everybody to today's webinar, which will exclusively, as you just heard, present Freie Universität Berlin International Summer and Winter University, the FUBiS program. Next. My name is Sophia Schmieder, and I am the FUBiS program director. Next. FUBiS is a fee-based program designed for international students. What we cover in this webinar is we will share a few facts about Berlin, Freie Universität, and of course, FUBiS, requirements, courses, fees, and questions. We will record this webinar, but since everything is anonymous, you don't have to worry, only we can be seen. So ask your questions and I will go through the slides and will only say a few words to some of the topics, but please, as I'm speaking, write down all your questions in the chat and afterwards we will take the time to answer them. Next. So Berlin is home to Freie Universität Berlin and FUBiS. And as you all probably know, Berlin is Germany's capital with around 3.7 million inhabitants. It is a city with a dynamic past and an exciting present and many cultural offerings. In our FUBiS courses, the city itself is used as a resource, and that means that our instructors use Berlin as a learning site. Next. Freie Universität Berlin has approximately 38,000 students and more than 170 degree programs. It has a strong international profile and a high percentage of international students. Since 2019, Freie Universität Berlin has been funded as part of the Excellence Consortium Berlin University Alliance within the Excellence Strategy competition of the German federal and state governments. Next. So FUBiS was founded in 1998, and the idea was and still is to offer an academic program when students have their semester breaks. FUBiS is not a degree program, but an extra offering for international students. It is one of the largest multidisciplinary summer and winter universities in Germany. We have an intensive academic programs. Our sessions run in 3 terms in summer and winter. Our first term is term 1 in winter, and that's January, 3 weeks. Then we have term 2, running 6 weeks from late May or early June to mid-July. And then we have another 4 weeks, our term 3, that runs from mid-July to mid-August. We offer German language and subject courses. In our summer terms, these courses are combinable with each other. Students can earn ECTS credits, and since summer 2020, FUBiS also offers online courses. On top of that, we have great extra services and offer housing, insurance, day trips in and around the city. Next. So what requirements do you need to fulfill in order to participate in the program? So you must be at least 18 years old. We recommend that students have completed at least 1 year of higher education, at least for our subject courses. Students need to be fluent in English to successfully participate in our subject courses. And in our term 3, we offer one German taught subject course. And for that, of course, you need to be fluent in German. For credit transfer, you have to be enrolled at a college or university. And for our online courses, some extra technical requirements apply, like a working internet connection, Cisco WebEx as platform for online classes, and some more details, which we summarized on this slide for you. Next. Our German language and culture classes are offered at 5 different levels of proficiency and different intensities. So we offer intensive German language classes that run 5 days per week. And we offer semi-intensive German language classes. In summer, that means they run 3 days a week, and in winter, 4 days per week. Our experienced instructors teach small classes. We have approximately 8 to 15 students per class. They take students to field trips, and our semi-intensive courses are combinable with subject courses in both summer terms. The student performance is frequently assessed in our courses throughout the term, and attendance is mandatory. Next. Our subject courses are mostly taught in English. Again, one course in our term 3 will be taught in German, and that's about German literature. Our English taught subject courses, the fields that we cover include politics, history, sustainability, philosophy, sociology, music, law, economics, architecture, art history, popular culture, business, and management. So this is just a list of some of the topics we offer. You find more information on our website. Again, our experienced instructors take the students to field trips. They invite guest speakers, and we have small classes with approximately 10 to 18 students. The subject courses are partly combinable with other subject courses and semi-intensive German courses in our summer terms. And also here, of course, the student performance is frequently assessed and attendance is mandatory. The language proficiency is necessary on an advanced intermediate level. You need to have this language proficiency in order to successfully participate in the courses. But other than that, there are no course-specific prerequisites. The extended classroom principle, as we call it, means that FUBiS uses Berlin as an academic, historical, cultural, and political resource. Our excursions, or you might want to label it field trips within Berlin, are an integral part of all subject and German language courses. Instructors take students to museums, exhibitions, memorials, historical buildings and sites, political and cultural institutions, and also they take students to exclusive roundtable discussions where they meet decision makers and can discuss with them topics that they have just covered in class. Next. Our website is where you can find more detailed information on all the courses that we offer, and the website is available in German and English. You can find detailed information for each course, including the course description, the day-to-day schedule, where you can see in advance what is planned on a specific course day. And you can also check the academic background of the instructors. So that means that you can find very comprehensive information about our course offerings in order for you to find out whether or not a course is a good match for you. Next. So we have one special subject course that I would like to present to you as an example. It's an example for a subject course that is offered in both summer terms as an on-site course. It's the course Europe, Migration and Refugees. It is one of the FUBiS courses that addresses critical global issues. For example, the following sustainable development goals are addressed. So we have SDG 5, gender equality, 10, reduced inequalities, 13 climate action, 16 peace, justice, and strong institutions, just as examples. And the course departs from diverse theories of migration and wants students to gain an overview of EU-level migration policy and recent migration and border management policies. Together with the instructor, 𝘗𝘢𝘪𝘱, the students analyze the conflicts, debates, and discourses around the last years of increased immigration. I mentioned before that Berlin is used as a resource, and this course does that, of course, as well. So students engage with the local authorities' perspective in Berlin and even dive deeper and change perspective to find out about local activist views and ways of welcoming migrants. You can find out, no, just one back, yeah, thank you. You can find out more about our mission on Freie Universität Berlin Global Campus at www.global.campus.fu-berlin.de. Next. If you choose to participate in FUBiS, you can also opt for different accommodation options. So available options are single rooms in shared apartments at the student dorms. That means you have a single room per student, but you share the kitchen and bathrooms with other students. Then we have the option to do a homestay with a Berlin host family, or the student hotel, which is more pricey, but also more exclusive housing option for our students. Next. Then we have excursions that we offer for our students. For example, we take them to the Parliament of the Federal Republic of Germany, or on a FUBiS boat trip. We take them to Potsdam and Sanssouci Palace, but this is just a few examples of excursions that are offered. Next to the academic program, we want to offer students the possibility to get together in a more casual way. So that's why this is also part of the FUBiS program. Next. As I mentioned, FUBiS is an extra offering for international students, and it is not a degree program, but students can earn credits that may be counted towards their degrees, and the participation in this program is fee-based. So the program fee includes the student ID, Freie Universität Berlin enrollment, orientation day, welcome and farewell reception, cultural program, course material, and the transcript showing your course, grade, and credits. The program fee amounts to up to 250 euros. The tuition fee differs depending on the term and intensity of the course. So, for example, the cost for the course Europe, Migration and Refugees is 1,650 euros for term 2, or 1,100 euros for our term 3. And as I also explained before, at extra cost, participants can book an insurance package for the duration of the program, housing, or additional excursions. Next. So if you have questions, we will have some time to cover them later. Feel free to ask them in the chat already. Next. So let me conclude with some quotes from past FUBiS students. You can see them here on this slide. And in a nutshell, you can say that FUBiS provides the opportunity to be part of an international classroom with many different perspectives and experienced instructors, and students do benefit from this international setting a lot. Next. Here you can find the contact information. You can find my personal email address, but even more important, maybe the general FUBiS@fubis.org email address. Then you can follow us on social media. We have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn profiles. So feel free to have a look at that. Next. And to sum up, I would be most delighted to welcome you to FUBiS soon. And for the moment, I would hand over to Nino in order for you now to have the chance to ask more specific questions and to get an even better idea of the program. Thank you very much for your patience.
Thank you very much. Always very nice to be in a webinar together with you and have this really detailed information. You already answered so many questions that were listed. I see that there are some also questions in Q&A and Anna is answering them, but let's first answer the questions that I already received from some of the students. So one question was about the discount, because the FUBiS, for FUBiS you have to pay. Are there any chance to get maybe not scholarship, but yeah, some financial help, for example, when applying? Thank you.
So FUBiS offers discounts, but these are not in a sense that they are stipends, but discounts for early registrants. So if you register early enough, there's an early bird fee, and you can receive a discount for that. And then we also offer an alumni discount, so students who participate more than once in a FUBiS term, and we do have quite a number of students who do that. They receive a 200 euros discount, and then students receive discounts who combine our summer terms, so term 2 and term 3. If you combine them, then you get discounts for that as well. Talking about scholarships, and I know this is also an important topic to cover. FUBiS itself does not have any scholarships, but we also always try to find scholarship donors, and we have been successful in the past with that. And if this is the case, and if we have money to distribute, so to say, you can find that on our website in our scholarship section. And then we also give scholarship to students that cover program fee, tuition, housing, etc. But this always is in a combination where we find a scholarship donor to give the money first.
Thank you very much. We also had a question about housing. You have already mentioned it, so I think that was enough, but maybe in at least one sentence that there is possibility to get a housing when applying for FUBiS, right?
Yeah, in fact, you don't even need to apply for FUBiS, but you register if you fulfill the requirements that I mentioned. And then when you fill out the online registration, you are asked whether you want to book housing through FUBiS. FUBiS itself and Freie Universität Berlin do not have, we don't have any dorms that that we possess, so to say, but we also work with third-party providers. And that's why we can offer the student dorm option, or the homestay option, or the student hotel option. And sometimes we also have some other options, and you can find all the explanation, what is included, what will students get on our website again. And then you simply indicate during the online registration process what housing option you want to have and book, and then this is done. So it's quite simple. But of course, I might mention that as there are many students that register every year for FUBiS, we only have limited capacity. So it's a first come, first serve thing. If you register late, it might be that some housing options are booked out already. So if you want to decide and participate in a term as soon as you have made up your mind, go and register.
Yeah, thank you very much. And I just posted the link to FUBiS in the chat, so feel free to copy it or just open it right now so that you have it and don't forget. Thank you for this. One more question was about the German language course. At the end, I suppose there will be a certificate that you completed the course. Can a student use this as a proof of German language knowledge when applying to other degree programs?
It is not. Students receive a transcript, official transcript of Freie Universität Berlin, and this will also then state the course title and the level, the German language level in that case, that the student took, and then show the grade and the credits earned. But it is not an equivalent for TestDAF. So if students need a TestDAF certificate, they cannot replace that with a FUBiS transcript.
Okay, thank you. And then another question was about, can a short course be a prerequisite of a degree program? If, for example, yeah, sure.
You could, of course, always use a FUBiS course in order to prepare mentally for a degree program. But again, whether this then is good as a prerequisite that a degree program requires, that is always at the discretion of the home university, of the university that offers the degree program. So you would have to check back, but it's not per se requirement fulfillment.
Maybe as a follow-up, since you also mentioned during the presentation that there is an online option, are the credit points also received if the student pursues online shortcuts?
Yes. So for online, it's the same thing. It's also the same duration. So if you book an online course in our term 3, for example, we offer the course, a sustainability course and a course on gender diversity. Both are online courses. They run during the same during July 23rd until August 20th, and they take place two times a week, and students can check the exact times of lessons on our website, and they receive ECTS credits for the course for successful completion. Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, there was one more question about the short course combination. So how many short courses can be combined? Because you had a list, and then in summer terms, and yeah, how does it work?
So that would work in a way where students combine maximum 2 courses with each other. So our courses take place the whole day, or let's say from 9 to 3:30 p.m. And if you book, for example, the Europe Migration and Refugee course into our term 3, this course takes place on Tuesdays and Fridays. And then you have the whole day, the Europe Migration and Refugees course. And then you can combine it with the course that takes place on Mondays and Thursdays. Or with a semi-intensive German language course, and that takes place on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So this is what you can combine. If you take an intensive German language course, you have course days 5 days a week, so you can't combine that with anything else. And that's also, and yeah, the experience, it is intensive, and the courses are academic courses. Students earn ECTS credits, and this is the maximum they can take in our experience. So it wouldn't be very useful to make more combinations possible.
Yeah. We just now got a question. Since the meeting is being recorded, will you send us the video to our emails? Yes, we will do. And I think we will also share the presentation that was shown. Yeah, so as a follow-up, you will receive the small presentation of the nice picture, yeah, from our side, and also the presentation, the main presentation, together with the YouTube link with today's recording. And our tech team will even have some fancy additions to it. For example, name tags coming in and out, so that you remember who is speaking. Yeah, thank you for this question. There was one more question about the blocked account, which is indirectly also related to today's topic, because in order to come to attend FUBiS, if you are coming from certain countries, for example, from Georgia, then you need to get a visa. And some of you may know that in order to get a visa, you still also need to prove to the embassy or the German government that you can sustain yourself for the time period, even if you're coming as a tourist, that you can stay in Germany and like pay for accommodation and other things and so on. So most probably, if you're coming from a country that requires visa, then you will also need to have a short, like smaller amount of blocked account, not as it's during the degree program. For example, if you're coming to do a master or bachelor, you need 10,000. But in case of FUBiS, it's only 90 days, correctly, right? It's only 90 days, and then you will need smaller amount of money.
And FUBiS will sorry, Nino, to interrupt you here, but FUBiS will issue visa invitation letters once students have completed their registration and paid the amount that is due on the invoice and indicate that they will need a visa. Then we issue an invitation letter, and the students can present this to the embassy.
Okay, then we have a question. Is a German language course also online?
We do not offer German language courses this summer online, but are thinking about offering German language courses again next year online. German language courses next year again. We have offered them in the past, and that was quite successfully done. And we had students from all over the world participating in this one course, and from all time zones, I might add. So students from Singapore said good morning in the middle of the night for them, and then students from Colombia also participated in the course. So that was a very good mixture and a very good experience. But this year, we concentrated on the on-site courses again.
Yeah, thank you. There was one question which Anna actually answered, but maybe it's also interesting for others because when we answer, it's individually sent to attendees. It was a question, what happens when a term is over as there is 2 to 3 months break in between? I think it was about the first term and then the second term they were talking about.
You don't have to take all FUBiS terms throughout the year, but the terms that we offer are also always designed in a way that students have their semester breaks. So it's not meant as follow-up courses taking place throughout the year, but every term can be seen as its own individually designed program. So we don't have any students that sign up for term 1 and then stay all the way through to term 2, but we have students registering for term 1, participating, and then going home after the 3 weeks. And then we have new participants for terms 2. Some stay also for term 3, but most of the term 2 participants go home after 6 weeks. And then we have new participants for our term 3. So it has to be seen separately, more or less.
Yeah, thank you. You also showed and mentioned the tuition fees and also talked about excursions and field trips or discovering Berlin. Are the costs for the field trips included in the price of tuition?
Yes, so the field trips that are integrated within the curriculum, within the courses, they are part of the course, and the course is covered with the tuition. And then we have some trips that are open for all of our FUBiS students. The boat trip or the trip to the Federal Parliament, they are included in the program fee, and so to speak, free for everyone to access. And then like Potsdam, and we have a street art tour this year and some other activities. This is what you would book for an extra fee. But for example, the street art tour costs 15 euros. So that's quite reasonable. And if students want to do that again during the online registration, they just indicate that. And then they can get the spot.
Another question is, how can I register in summer semester?
It's important to differentiate. It's not the summer semester, but it's the summer term, and it's not the regular course offerings of Freie Universität Berlin. It's a separate offering for international students and a separately designed program. So if you participate in the FUBiS courses, you are not you're an enrolled student of Freie Universität Berlin, but this is not the regular summer semester. That's just important to have in mind when you think about registering for FUBiS. If you want to register for FUBiS, there are deadlines for term 2. The deadline is coming up soon, so May the 7th is the final registration deadline for our term 2. And we already have around 130 registrants for that term. And for our term 3, we have the deadline June 25th. So that's the final registration deadline for our term 3. If you want to get this book, the spots of your choice, the first choice spots, housing, but also of course courses, it is advisable to register now, because some of the courses are already booked out, some of the housing options are almost booked out. But it's important. Remember, it's fee-based, and you should only register if you know that you are able to pay the invoice. So it's no use to register and then say I will pay next year or something. But that's important to have in mind, because this is the extra and additional offering for internationals.
Thank you. I see Anna is answering this question, but maybe I can also voice it. Can a student with a degree in veterinary medicine participate in a course with a different background, for example, art course?
Of course, and this is very welcome, because you have a very unique view, most likely, that you can bring in and contribute in the course. So if you are interested in the course, in the subject, and you can find, as I said, all detailed information on our website. And if you want to register for this course, you are welcome to do that, because it's always worthwhile to have different views, not only international-wise, but also subject-wise in one course. And yeah, so yes.
Thank you very much. There is also a question about 𝘗𝘪𝘵𝘯𝘪𝘕 college, but I don't think you need it as a prerequisite, right?
No.
Yeah. No.
What we need, what is important, is the language proficiency. I just want to mention that again. So if you enroll for a subject course that is taught in English, make sure you are fluent in English. If you enroll for the German taught subject course, make sure you're fluent in German, because of course you need to be able to follow the classes in order to successfully complete the course. So yeah.
Maybe one question from my side, as an international student, I would ask for this language proficiency. Do you, you probably have it on your page, but for now, do you accept all the certificates? And are there some exceptions if I did my, for example, first year of a bachelor fully in English, and the university can issue this document? Or if my high school was also in English, would you accept this as an exemption? Yeah, not to have another IELTS or TOEFL?
We don't ask the students to provide us with certificates. We rely on the common sense that everyone knows you should be fluent in English. And we have some videos on our website with our instructors. And we have recorded them for our students. And you can check whether you are able to follow what they say. And then if you are able to follow their lecture or part of the lecture, you can find it on the website. Then you can also register for the course. But you do not have to provide us with any certificates. Just make sure you know you're fluent.
Thank you. We also have apparently some who have already applied to FUBiS, which is really nice. And thank you for attending today's webinar. Again, when will more information be sent about the start of the term 2? I have not received anything except of confirmation on email. Should I be worried?
No, not at all. We start sending up. Just one more question. Have you paid the invoice, so you're fully registered and that is complete?
Yes, let's wait for the answer. If this is the case, then yes.
Or maybe yes. Okay. So what we now have is a situation where we have 4 weeks prior to program start, and this is when we start sending out informational emails to all of our participants. So watch out. From now on, you will receive a series of informational emails on housing, on a student guide. I think even today Anna sent out the first guide, or plans to send them out to our students. So we have a comprehensive student handbook with information that you need, and then we ask you to provide us with your arrival details, provide you with housing information, and with information on our orientation meeting. So right now is the moment where we start sending out more emails, because in our experience, to do that way before the term starts is not really useful, because the emails will get lost somewhere in the students' email universe. But now, just like you start preparing and know that in 4 weeks' time you will be here on site in Berlin. So I'm happy to then welcome you.
Great. We also have a question: how much do we pay for the invoice? If you don't mind, I can share once again the slide with the tuition. so that everyone can see it. It was here, and maybe one more time you could quickly.
Yes, and maybe Anna, you can post the link to our fees website, the FUBiS website, where we list all the fees. So you can see what you can see here is program fee and the tuition fee. Then, and this is, again, it depends on the term and on the type of course that you choose. So as an example, if you choose to participate in our term 3, and you choose the Europe Migration and Refugees course, you pay a tuition of 1,100 euros, and the program fee amounts to 250 euros. So 1,350 euros are on the invoice. Everything else is up to you. If you decide to book housing, and let's say you decide to do a homestay, the homestay would be 745 euros. Homestay includes two meals per day and a German host family in Berlin. So then that fee would come on top. If you then choose to do the street art tour, another 15 euros come on top. If you then choose to book an insurance package, another 45 euros come on top. And then this is how the invoice will look, what the invoice would look like. So what you always have to keep in mind is the program fee in combination with the tuition fee, and then on top everything that you choose as part of your FUBiS experience.
Thank you very much. Let's have a look. Yeah, so the one for the dear Taha, I also saw your message. The links that I shared, some of them also includes free language German language course, but if you need this for the university, most probably you will have to do one which is a tuition. So you can note the link that I have shared with you, but if you need to provide a certificate, if you're applying to a degree program, then you will need to have a test DAF or the certificate from Goethe Institute, which are, for this you have to pay to take an exam. So thank you for this. At this point, I don't see any more questions. If you would like to add something as a conclusion, and Anna, I will just copy everything that you wrote in chat, because it's only so that everyone can see it. So yeah, here the tuition that Anna has just shared with you, but because of some technical things, it wasn't visible to everyone. So now I hope you can see it, everyone, and you can copy it and save, and then of course apply and explore Berlin, and also learn a lot of interesting things. Yeah, so if you would like to add anything else, you can.
Well, I was thank you very much, Nilo. I was very pleased to see how much interest there was in today's webinar, because it was now exclusively for short terms, and I am aware that MyGermanUniversity started with different topics and different options. So I'm very pleased that we had the chance to present the FUBiS program today, and I would be very happy to welcome the one or the other student to FUBiS this year or also next year. So it's up to you, and I thank you all for your attention and for your time.
Yeah, thank you very, very much from our side. It's also always a pleasure to host webinars or moderate webinars with you, and I really hope that our attendees also are happy with today's webinar. And therefore, in the chat, I also have some direct links for you where you can please evaluate us, provide some feedback. Maybe you didn't like something, so that we can always improve. It will be much appreciated. Anything you think was fine or not could go there, and then we take it into account really seriously and try to improve like this. So thanks again for your time this afternoon. I wish everyone a great rest of the day. And of course, you will receive the recording as well as slides. So check your emails and then make notes of when you would like to visit Berlin. And with this, I would say bye to everyone, and thank you all once again. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.